For the last time, hello guys, this is for the last time. So I want us to do a very important thing here, and I want you to know some few things. So you're gonna be doing effect of a changing angle. So for a pulling, we're gonna start with for a pulling force, which is like this, which is going upward. Okay, so what you have to know here for a pulling force about the angle, when the angle is increased, if the angle is increased, the theta, the normal force will decrease, because the normal force is directly proportional to the, since the normal force is directly proportional to the frictional force, if the theta increases, what will happen? The normal force will decrease. And since the normal force is directly proportional to the frictional force, the frictional force will also decrease. You see, I'll just summarize you, and you just have to know what I'm saying. I'm just summarizing everything here. I'm just summarizing everything. And then another thing that you have to know, when the angle is decreased, on the very same thing, when the for a pulling force, when the angle is decreased, the normal force will do what? Will decrease. The normal force will do what? Will increase. And since the normal force is directly proportional to the kind of frictional force, let me just say FF here so that you can understand. Then the frictional force will also do what? Will also increase. You see? And then let's go to the pushing force. These are the just types of things that you must just know, just like basically. Then for a pushing force, when the angle increases, and the normal force will increase, because now it is being pushed. Be careful. The normal force will be what? Will also increase. And then again, the frictional force will also increase, since the frictional force is directly proportional to the normal force. So everything is gonna increase. Okay, so number 2, if the angle is decreased, the normal force will do what? Will also decrease. And even the frictional force will do what? Will decrease. You see? And you must note that any change made on the angle can affect the coefficient of the kinetic friction. So any change on the angle affect the the kinetic friction. You see? Okay, so now let's go to the different one. Few last things that you have to know. The mu k is a constant, obvious, I told you. And then another thing that you have to know, the normal force is directly proportional to the what? To the kinetic frictional force. I can do it like this, or FK. Yeah, fine. So if this thing is, if the normal force is directly proportional to the frictional force, if the frictional force decrease, even this one will do what? Will decrease. These are the first things that you have to know. Like maybe after each and every question, they will ask you if the angle is decreased, what will happen to the what. You just have to know those things only. This is what I wanted us to do.